Okay. But I know you'd say anything. You know, sometimes they say, well, they said, you know, read me a quote, but don't read it before 63 because I don't believe it. I believe it from 47, 57, all the way through. It don't make no difference. You say, well, it can't be if it's before 63. I got news for you. This whole Bible was before 63. And I don't take no part out of it, neither do I take any part out of the message. If God thought it, Brother Branham spoke it, I believe it, and that settles it. God bless you. You may be seated. He said, yeah, but I'm so bad. Reminds me of Sister Louise one time, the Indian girl. You may be seated. I'm just going to be a couple more minutes here. But Sister Louise one time, she come to my daddy, and she's up on the Indians, up in British Columbia. She come to my dad, and she says, Brother Branham, would you pray for me? I'm going to college. Daddy said, what are you going to college for, Louise? And she said, I'm going to college to get a husband. Daddy said, well, Louise, he said, won't you stay home and take care of your parents? They're old, and they can't take care of themselves. Won't you stay home and take care of them? And she said, well, Brother Branham, she says, I just want to go and get a good husband. Daddy said, I'll tell you what you do, Louise. He said, you stay home and take care of your husband, you take home of your family, and God will give you a good husband. And she says, no, Brother Branham, that can't be. And he said, why? He said, because of my past life. Daddy said, you do what I say and see if God don't give you a good husband. She wrote me that letter, and she says, I got the most beautiful husband. So we got on the horse, and we started riding back. Brother Perry Green was with us that time. He looked over at my dad, Brother Dave, and he looked over, and he says, what about Louise's past life? Are you ready? He said, what's under the blood? Jesus don't even show his prophets. Yeah. So when the old boogeyman comes to you and says, yeah, look at your past life. Say, oh boy, I'm going to tell you one thing. Don't worry about my past life. You look at your future because you're in trouble. The bride of Christ is saved tonight. She's ready for her homeward journey. Amen. God bless you. I'm going to tell you my little story here that I'm going to